and welcome to episode 7 of Freya and Nikki's Carcast.
Let's do something special for 10.
10, indeed. We're a little way off yet.
So today we're going to kind of linking on to the previous episode. If you watched it, you listened,
Liked,
commented,
subscribed. Thank you. You have done that.
I gave you a moment to do all of that. So we're going to do whether the political parties are more united or divided. We're more going to focus on the big two, Conservatives and Labour, because it's kind of hard to see reform, whether they're united or divided, because they're all kind of centred around one thing, which is immigration and getting Labour out, really. Same with Greens. We've not heard anything from Greens in so long. Oh, Zach Plansky, breaking news. What did you do for breaking news last time?
Ding, ding, ding. I can't remember.
Breaking news. So, ages ago, in one of our previous episodes, we said that Zach Plansky didn't pay his
Council tax
for his boat.
Yeah, for his houseboat.
He has blamed. Have you seen this?
Oh, hasn't he blamed?
Don't take my pride away from
Go on,
me.
no.
He has blamed the cost of living and inflation for him not paying his council tax on his houseboat. I wish I was joking. I'm really not. He has blamed cost of living and inflation. Are you ready?
Yeah, because I've got a long journey on Monday, I wanted to double check my USB-C port. Sorry.
So,
what do you mean by are they more united or divided?
So, you look at the Labour Party. No, hang on, let's pick a party. Lib Dems.
Vote Lib Dem!
Vote Lib Dem. Actually, no, we can't. It's indoctrination.
Vote whoever you like.
As long as it's not reform.
Restore Britain.
Restore.
Your party.
Your party. I'm not a fan of the Tories.
Green. Do you like Greens? You're young.
I am young. I'm not a fan. You know, he doesn't pay council tax on his boat. His houseboat.
He needs a good Russian friend that has cryptocurrency. A bit like the other.
Yeah. So, let's pick Lib Dems because they're centrist. They're going to do good things for the country. And
they talk an awful lot of sense, you know, when we've listened to them on Laura Kay. There's been the president of the Lib Dems. There's been Ed on recently, and they do talk an awful lot of sense.
They do. They're going to fix the country. They're going to increase our military. It's going to be all good. So let's pick them.
Yes.
They are very united. They're all rallying behind Ed. You know, something happens and they're all there in support. You know, they're all there. They're all like, yes, we've got your back. They all believe the same things. And that's what we mean by united. We then look at Labour, and we've got all of these like backbench riots that have happened. That would suggest they're divided. They don't believe the same things. They're not supporting each other. There's just like pockets.
Do you think they were united though before these bad election results?
Yeah, I would say.
So isn't it the same for every party, that they're all united until something goes wrong and then that just fractures the party?
Have you seen Kemi in the Conservative Party?
Well, there aren't many of them.
But for those who don't know, Conservatives, we've got Kemi. Here's the centre. Centre. Left. Right. You're right.
I'm always right. Carry on.
Just happening.
Come on.
Okay. So, traditionally, Labour and way back when, Labour and Conservatives were here. I can't get that hand straight. So, they were here. Eventually, they kind of came here. Oh, sorry to the people who were just listening. Really far, but not like Green and Reform. And then they've become more central. Then what's kind of happened is Boris kind of went like this. Corbyn was, you can't even see my hand. And then Starmer's kind of brought it back. And then gradually what's happened is that's kind of happened.
So Labour have moved more right.
They're like centre-right, but they kind of dilly-dally. And then the
Flip and flop.
Yeah. And then the Conservatives have moved really far right. But you know what? The Lib Dems, stay tuned. Right here. Right in the middle, right in the centre, they are all the same. Loser! Yeah. So, the Conservatives aren't very united because a lot of them are over here, if we go back to our little line, and some of them are quite central, quite One Nation. We've done an episode on the Conservatives and One Nation and New Right. So Kemi's gone very New Right, kind of taking wisdom, if we want to call it wisdom, from Thatcher. And then what's happened is there's been quite a lot that have kind of stayed where Boris kind of was, if not a bit more right. And they're wanting to rally behind Kemi, but it's just not working, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately, because I don't like. Let me close the door. Yeah. It's raining.
It is raining. Lovely June day. So, do we think then that the majority of parties, like the Labours, the Conservatives, are they all more in the middle now than where they ever have been?
Well, Kemi's all the way on the right. Don't know why you're saying middle. But Starmer and...
But she flip-flops. She goes, I'm here in the centre, and then somebody says something and she suddenly goes all the way to the left. And then somebody will say something else and she'll go all the way to the right. She seems to just pick and choose whether she wants to be left, right, even further right.
That's true. But what we also have to kind of realise is Kemi likes to think she's centrist. She likes to think this. She is not. She has never seen centrist. However...
Because? What makes you say that?
She's literally following Reform.
Okay.
Anything... So if Green says something, she'll go, well, that's stupid. So she doesn't go far left. If Starmer says something, she goes, well, you're wrong. So she stays there.
Right.
And then Reform says something, she's like, that's a great idea.
Okay. However,
what's my point? However, Nigel Farage yesterday said in his little post-Makerfield speech, Reform as a right centrist party. So Nigel Farage also believes that he's a centre-right party, which I think is quite interesting.
where would you put him? You're not putting...
Out the car.
Okay, so you're not putting him as a centrist, right?
No.
So what do you think? I mean, we've discussed this before about how they want to put women back 70 odd years. But what makes him think that he's a centrist, right? And you think that he isn't?
I have no idea why he thinks he is a centrist right party. I think because the word extreme right scares people.
Okay.
And so lots of people who vote Reform are like, oh yeah, well they're just right. They're not extreme right, or they're not really right. They're just right. And so by Nigel going, oh yes, well we're a centrist right party, you're then kind of gaining more people in a way, because people would be scared of going and like straying too far away from their original belief.
But if they watch his social media posts and see what's happened in the news and all of his MPs that he's got out there that have said really quite
I'm
awful
sexist,
things.
so what?
Yeah,
Or something like that.
indeed. I mean, I just don't get how he can't see himself, or that, sorry, as the public cannot see that he is far, far right, and they take his word that he is a centrist right politician.
I don't understand.
Do you think, though, I know we've covered this in previous ones, but do you think the world is becoming more right-leaning?
Yeah.
Nearly to the stage of far right?
Yeah. I don't think that's disputable. What do you think?
Are there any far left parties out there,
Green?
apart from Green,
Your party?
in another country? Because where was Le Pen? She was far right.
Far right in France.
Yeah.
I think far right are gaining more of a hold.
Do you...
Because countries are going to war because they can't really trust. Like America. Russia. China, really big countries like that, they can't really trust them anymore. And so they're kind of going back and going, okay, let's focus on us, let's really bring it in. Immigration's going quite high because wars are happening, because you've got extreme right parties getting in. It's kind of circle. Extreme right party gets in, limits women and children. Women and children then leave. They go to a different country, but because of that immigration that's coming in, that country then goes far right, and then you're just kind of in this cycle, aren't you? It's a problem. So it's quite interesting. It's quite a worrying time. This is why you should vote Lib Dem. It all comes back. I'm joking. So I think we've established that the Conservatives are divided.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
I agree. You see, I wouldn't like to say Reform are united.
Why?
I just feel that them as a party, they don't really back Nigel Farage to a degree. I think they're just their own individual people, and they go out and spout what they want. They've just got the same far right views as Farage, but he doesn't rally the troops so that they all sing off the same hymn sheet. They all seem to just go, this is my opinion, they just all seem to go out there and say whatever they want, and so long as it's the right side of right, he doesn't care what they do.
No. It's quite interesting.
I mean, there's loads of their MPs that have been in the news because of things they've done or said or whatever. Greens I don't know enough about, but I think they're, for me, a united party. I don't know enough about them, but...
You don't hear much of Greens. This is the thing, is like they'll jump on the bandwagon of an issue that's happening, and then all of a sudden they're in the news, and then the issue ends, or it's not in the media as much, and all of a sudden they've just dropped off a cliff. I've not heard anything from them for so long, and I don't know whether that's kind of their strategy, that they're like, well, nothing's better than saying something and being wrong. You know, with, what was it, with Zach Pansky and like Israel or something, wasn't it? Because he went the other way. He's a Jewish man, but he was like supporting Israel, Palestine, I can't remember which one. Palestine? They the Muslims? Yes, Palestine and the Muslims. and then Israel are the Jewish people.
Yeah, it
So
doesn't.
then he supported Palestine, and everyone was like, "Why are you supporting Palestine when you're a Jewish man?" And it's just stupid. So who knows? Because I don't even know, apart from Hannah, who's in, I don't know her last name, who's made it to the House of Commons, Parliament, whatever you want to say. I don't know anybody. I don't know any other Green person. So I don't know whether they are united or divided, because
There's one person.
there's
They've got
two
to
of
be.
them.
They've got to be united.
I don't hear anything from Hannah, and I follow her, and she doesn't come up at all, or hasn't come up for a very long time. And Zach, I haven't heard anything from him for a very, very long time.
I mean, we know your party is divided because Corbyn and
Zara Sultana.
that's it. They had a big spat, didn't they?
They did.
But not heard anything about that going forwards. I don't know whether, but I don't think they're very united.
No. And then we've got Labour, which evidently isn't united. So all in all, we're pretty scuppered.
We are.
We've just got Lib Dems.
That seem to be the only party holding anything together. I mean, it's like we saw from Prime Minister's questions. Oh, we're very bright.
We are very bright.
Look at those.
Told you.
I know.
Not done anything. Oh, there we go.
Over there. We're not so bright now. Dimmed us
Dimmed.
down. Because it was all of the deputy leaders, wasn't it, on Wednesday? So it was Lammy, I don't know who she was in the Labour, Conservative. And it was Daisy, wasn't it? It's not important what her name is. But I mean, Daisy asked Lammy a question about how they can generate a large amount of money, wasn't it, for the defences? And would the Labour Party work with them to get this funding sorted? And David Lammy went, that's why the Prime Minister's at the G7.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? I mean, you know, you do have to think. That there is quite a bit of sense in them.
Claire Coutinho.
Okay. And what does she do? Okay.
Claire.
So, yeah. But then, do we think that it would be better if this country went presidential?
Oh, Shadow Minister for Women and Equalities in the UK.
Okay.
She's 40 years old. She went to an all-girls school. She's been lots of other Secretary of States. Quite interesting. Anyhow, presidential? Potentially. What do you think?
I can't think of another country where it's Prime Minister and King. Sweden. Well, it's one of those two, isn't it? But I don't think the monarchy has any real great play in it, because they're a working monarchy, aren't they? As in, they have a 9 till 5 job, and so I don't know any other country that's like us. Which maybe makes you then have to contemplate that we're just outdated and things need to change. So, question then for you, because if you take Russia, you have a president, as in Putin, but he also has a prime minister. Same with France. America has a president. Do they have a?
No. They're special.
Okay. Do other countries with presidents then have PMs?
I think Germany does.
But that's a chancellor.
Yes, but they're the same thing.
Are they the same
They just
thing?
have a fancy word for it
Okay,
because they're special.
they're special.
Lots of countries are special. That is what we're going to come to find, is that lots of countries are just special. They just do their own thing. Especially America, they're just extra special.
So do we think then we need to totally reform, with discussing everything that we have done in this episode and previous episodes? What needs to change in your eyes to make the government more trusted, make it more difficult for us to be able to sack the Prime Minister just because of one mistake? I mean, I know he's U-turned and stuff, but the main thing was the election result. That's what tipped the balance. None of his U-turns.
Mandelson. That kind of started it, wasn't it?
That did start it, but I think if he'd got really good election results, the Mandelson thing would have disappeared. It's a bit like the Trump-Epstein thing. That's all fizzled out now, hasn't it? Do you know what I mean? So I think the same would have happened. But it seems to be that the tipping point was the bad election. We all have bad days.
Mm.
What do you think needs to change that we can't keep going down this same route like we did with Boris and May and all of the others that Truss? Because I think people lose even more hope when you change PMs as often as people change their underwear. So what would you change?
Genuinely don't know. I don't know whether there's anything we can do now. What would you change?
Because to change anything would have to be a constitutional change, wouldn't it? I think we're stuck with this, aren't we? I don't think it's necessarily the right thing, though.
We're stuck with it, though. Because we're special! Okay.
That fell flat, too.
That did fall flat.
But
it's interesting. Not got much stability in the country, no matter whether you're looking at prime ministers, whether you're looking at the political parties and whether they're stable, you know, whether they're all rallying behind a cause, you know, you've not really got any of that. It's quite concerning.
It is concerning.
What I also find concerning is me and you both didn't know who the deputy leader of the Conservatives are, and we're both very politically in tune. So that's quite concerning, and also a bit of a talking point for the Conservatives that, you know, their HQ be like, well, nobody has an idea who we are. Apart from Kemi. Don't think many people could actually name another.
But I've never seen her. Oh, I've maybe seen her a couple of times when we've watched PMQ sat next to Kemi, because invariably when Kemi's sat there, there's men all on that front bench. Now you look at Ed always has Daisy majority of the time.
Love Daisy.
You love Daisy. Daisy is lovely.
Daisy is really
Daisy,
lovely.
you are great, Daisy, if you're listening. And Starmer has
Rachel. Shabana Mahmood.
Yeah, but they're not deputies. He has Lammy sat next to him.
Rachel Reeves is technically also deputy. And the other deputy is Bridget Phillipson.
But they're always sat there.
Yeah.
But there's very few times that I've seen the Conservative one.
Mm.
Bad. Very bad. Get out of my head. Anyway,
Anywho,
that killed it.
that did kill it. So yeah, that's also quite concerning. So leave a comment on, without Googling, the Conservative Conservative cabinet members that you know. 1 point for a man, if you can name a man, 2 points for a woman. That's what I'm challenging. And Kemi does not count. Because if you don't know the leader, A, you haven't been listening, and B, you need help.
Mm.
So yeah, I think that's the video.
I think that's a wrap.
That's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed. We had fun.
We have had fun.
We have had fun. It's been good.
It's been very good. And it's stopped raining now, so.
It's also good.
But please like, subscribe, comment.
Well, they have to, because I've challenged them to.
Yeah, but we need feedback as well as to what you think to these. But yes, answer Freya's questions.
Answer my question. We'll be back soon, probably next week, for a birthday special. So I'm expecting happy birthday messages.
Not me. I'm already old.
It's my birthday.
It's my birthday and I cry if I want to, cry if I want to.
So yes, that's a wrap. That's our video. We hope you enjoyed, and
we'll be back soon.
We will be back soon for a birthday special, and who knows what's happened by then, and I'm looking forward to reading all of the messages. And
Me too!
And if you can't think of any, just be like, can't think of any, love the video, hate the video, whatever, and let us know. Thank you very much.
Cute!